On a Saturday afternoon, Brunton Park is full. But what does it take to get the stadium ready for a match day? Today we'll be speaking to Operations Manager Nigel Dickinson and Head Groundsman David Mitchell about their roles in the club. Hi Nigel.
Yeah.
What goes on during the summer to get the ground ready for the start of the season?
Well, if you have a look around the stadium, there's quite a large part of the ground. Obviously, the whole ground needs to be maintained during the close season. Any improvements that we need to do have to be carried out at the close of the season. But every year we have an annual safety advisory group meeting, which actually gives us looks at all our records and gives us the ground capacity for the following season. So a lot of things have to be done prior to that in end of May, early June, when that meeting takes place.
Well, firstly, the way I look at it is we start with the pitch. The planning for that probably starts in January of the current season that we're in. We're looking at where we are in terms of what we probably did the year before, and then that governs what we do 12 months later. We try and work on a 2-year programme where in year 2 we strip all the vegetation off the pitch and then turn it all over, add some new material and then start again from fresh, and then in the first year after that process we do a lot less, and that just about gets us through to the end of year 2, if you see what I mean, and it keeps costs down, and like I say, we just about scrape through, but it does get a bit hairy in that second year where you're trying to scratch through a little bit.
What sort of things do you do during the week to prepare the pitch for a match?
As you'll guess, a lot of it is weather dependent, so with the wonderful internet we can have weather forecasts that are 100% wrong, so you're probably looking at a fortnight in advance of where we might be weather-wise, especially as we're going into winter with frost and anything else that might come along.
Obviously on a day I just want to make sure everything works well, and I work closely with the safety team. What we do in a run-up to a match, probably if we've got a match on a Saturday, I'm in charge of getting all the stewards and turnstile operators in, so we have a system where we text everybody on a Monday. We build all that data up prior to the match on the Saturday, which is passed over to the match manager, and then he allocates all the staff on that particular day. Also the match manager or the safety officer will prepare a brief for all these stewards. That comes over normally on a Friday afternoon. That gets printed off so that all the stewards can get informed of any risk assessments or problems that might occur on a match day.
Operation Blue Yonder has been talked about recently. What are your thoughts on the matter, and what effect will it have on how you do your job?
Well, I think at the moment, if you have a look around, the club decided a couple of years or so back to look at the feasibility of staying at Brunton Park, and being quite an old stadium, to bring it up to championship level, because the club would like to play in the championship in the future. That's their ambition. But obviously then if we got to that level, within 3 years we have to make the ground all-seater. Also, due to the sort of restraints we've got with the flood defences, the cost of probably staying at Brunton Park was somewhere earmarked around about £18 million. So the club were looking at relocating to a site which would give us a purpose-built stadium, say with a capacity of 12,000, but everything would be new, and therefore with an old stadium like this, things keep going wrong, and obviously we have to keep ploughing money back in. Hopefully with a brand new stadium, everything would be running very well, and sort of improvements would be very few and far between.
I mean, if I'm being honest, I'm a bit 50-50 on this, whereby do you redevelop here, or do we, it would probably be nice to start afresh, but if we do start afresh, I would tend to want to go to something that would be unique and not something that we can see every day of the week at Scunthorpe or Northampton or Chesterfield or other places. I think we need to go and be a little bit different and conjure up something that's not been seen before, but that's a bit of a long shot, I guess. But in terms of the job, the Brunton Park ground at the moment is very old-fashioned, is fairly airy for growing grass with good air movement. We do have a problem with shade. That's an issue for a new stadium. There'd probably be more shade, so therefore the grass doesn't grow as well, as healthily, which increases costs in terms of more expense to keep it healthy, more labour, and all those kind of things that put your costs up. So all that goes into the melting pot when you're looking at what goes on, I guess, but I suspect that we might be quite low down on the agenda, so we'll see what happens with that.